Welcome to Barbie.Travels. Today we are going to show how to age our doll bodies. This is part 2 of our aging process. Now, what I did was I went on and I started shading in her eyebrows with a little bit of white and gray as well to kind of give it that little old complete look. And we're going to go ahead and make sure there's nothing dripping or anything. If you don't like it, wipe it off while it's wet and redo it again. That's a good thing about working with acrylic paints. You can either wipe it off or it'll just come right off easily while it's wet and redo it again. Now, I wanted to do the same thing with the other side. And it is kind of hard to do this with one hand because I am holding the camera as I'm going along, but I'm making sure that I'm shading it in correctly, the way how I like it to be. I do want it to be a little bit bushy, not too thin, just a little bit of texture there in her eyebrows, but I'm wiping it off and making sure that it's correct. And I went on and redid it again. So that's what I mean. It takes a while to kind of get used to, and that's why you work on a $1.19 doll or a really cheap doll that you really don't want, but you want to make sure that the eyebrows are definitely even. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try it again, and we're going to see how this one turns out. Now I'm going to fully warn you guys ahead that I went on and sped up the camera after the session because I wanted to make sure that we go ahead and get a lot of footage done while I have your attention. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and that one had dried off as you see, and we're going to go ahead and wipe it off with a little bit of water because I wanted to make it more even with the other one. Apparently I like the other eyebrow better now. So I said, let me go ahead and try to match it again. But it's okay. It takes a lot of patience, and it's like art, right? There's no mistakes when you're doing art. It's always happy mistakes. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at it. Make sure it's nice and even. I think I like this one a little bit better. So now we're going to go ahead and do the body part. As you see, her body is not a made to move body, but I will transform that later. But I just want to see and show you guys how the texture of how you can do a body out of toilet paper. So get some cheap toilet paper. It don't have to be expensive, 3-ply or anything like that. You can go ahead and you can form the body of the shape that you are craving for your granny doll or grandma doll. And you see that she has a little bit of bust area, and now I'm making her a stomach. As you see, I have sped up the camera. I'm making her a stomach now, and what I did was how I got it to stick, I use hot glue. Now I have tape that I was going to use, and I was going to tape the body, but for some reason I don't like how the tape sounds, so I went on and used the hot glue instead. So I measured how I wanted the stomach to look, and there's a hot glue that's being onto her stomach right now. Okay, you guys, don't be offended. She's getting plastic surgery. Yes, she is. Now, see the hot glue there? It's really hot, so be very careful. Disclaimer, children, if you're under the age, please get supervision when you're working with hot objects, especially glue guns. Okay, now as you see, I have glued it on, and it's sticking very well. I'm able to lift her up and everything. So here's the tape that I'm not going to use. I said, nope, I'm using hot glue instead. I really love how the process works with hot glue because it glues really, really fast. And I like that. It cools off really fast. So here we go again. We're going to give her Baby Got Back. So we're going to go ahead and roll up some more toilet paper, and we're going to go ahead and formulate it into her shape there. And here we are with the hot glue gun again in the areas where we want it to stick. And we're going to make sure that we add enough and plenty, and then we're going to stick on the Baby Got Back. All right, here we go. Now we're going to look at it. I like her shape. It's going to be kind of grandma looking. So, it's a good thing when you're working with toilet paper because it can form to any shape that you want. And there we are. I'm very satisfied with this look. The big stomach, the bust kind of measures with the stomach area, and I'm poofing it out a little bit more to make it look like how I want it. Baby got the shape. All right, granny doll. Now make sure your dress is expandable. Make sure it's elastic waist here, and let's see how it fits. Now, if you guys like what you see so far, go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button below. We're going to have part 3 of the aging process finale. Stay tuned.